Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spot Real Talk. My name is Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And we are back to recap one of our favorites. Raising Kanan is back for a third season, and we are so super excited to talk about the brand new premiere episode. I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but we've had a lot going on with Raising Kanan prior to this first episode. We got to do the press tour and talk to a lot of the cast members. And Tiffany had the special pleasure of going all the way up to New York for the premiere. So, Tiff, you want to tell the people about that?
Oh, it was lit. It was lit. Everybody was excited for the premiere. The premiere did not disappoint. And the cast was so gracious. Everyone was cool and looked amazing. And I'm looking forward to this season.
Yeah, I was real jealous. I couldn't be there, but the
was
girl's
too.
about 8 months pregnant. Now, I don't know if I was going to make it through the night.
I had
You
another.
made the right decision.
Yeah,
'cause
I had
it was
another
crowded.
obligation, but I was as jealous can be. But hey, we'll get another chance, you and me.
Yeah, we'll see them around next time.
Well, the
But I'm
footage
glad
is
you
coming.
got to.
The footage is
Yes.
coming. So, representing for the spot. There'll be plenty
Absolutely.
of footage on our social media and everything else. So it's all good.
So, yeah, make sure if you are not following us, head over to our Instagram. We posted a lot of footage on there. Also, if you're not subscribed to our channel, what are you doing? Like, for real, you need to subscribe because we've already dropped, like we said, the interviews with the cast, but you're not going to want to miss the footage that Tiffany got from the actual premiere. So subscribe, like the videos, hit that notification bell, do all those things. You are not going to want to miss out. But you know what? We want to talk now about this premiere episode. This is episode 1 of season 3, titled Home Sweet Home. And I don't know if everybody has refreshed themselves and remember what happened last season, but they literally went out with the bang. I mean, everybody was getting shot up. So, this episode, it opens with everybody kind of feeling the aftermath that, Marvin got shot. We know Lou, his studio got shot up, and Zisa ended up getting shot. And then we go and talk about Rock. Her house got shot up. She got shot, as well as Jukebox's mother, Kenya. So, they are still suffering with the loss of all of these people, some of them that passed, and then some of them that are being interrogated by the cops because the block is hot. But I think Rock was really good thinking on her toes, and her idea was to blame it all on Crown, who we know Lou killed last season.
Yeah.
But it made sense because Crown was crooked. He was into a lot of mess. And he had a lot of people that he owed money to. So it kind of made sense.
Right. And he's not around to defend himself.
Exactly.
The dead man tell no tales. So, hey.
But I was like, you know what? That's kind of, it worked out because I was worried that the Italians over in Jersey were going to be a big problem for Rock. But Sal got chewed out by old boy over in New York, and he was like, you can't do business over here no more. You got to head back to Jersey. And so I'm like, okay, well, that works out great for Rock. And, she has Howard back in her story saying that this stuff happened with Crown and whatnot. So she's in the clear. But then she dropped the bombshell now that she wants to get out of the game.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about this?
I think it's a bit too soon to actually determine whether she's going to be out of the game or not. She's too close to it, and it's not to say that she can't be. Or can't get out, but I just think she's too close to it. And by the way, she's still trying to make amends to Kanan. And so I think that once she gets a whiff of what Kanan is trying to do on the outside, I have a funny feeling she's going to try to help him with that. So it's really interesting to find out what she really does. But I was more interested in Detective Howard. is he trying to get back home? He's done a lot this one episode to help Rock. And
I think it's about Kanan. I
Yes.
think it's about because he that's when he said to her, he was like, it's not about me and you, it's about the kid.
No, I guess I should say the family, because it is mostly about Rock, but a couple of times, Kanan, it's about Kanan for the most part, but when they were on top of the parking lot area, on top of the roof or whatever it was, he kind of approached her in a way that,
like he was trying to touch, and she was like,
and she like,
yeah.
So I'm
and
thinking,
then he said,
so I and even Kanan said, what, you two trying to get together again or something? So I don't know. I think he may have some ulterior motives, but hey, we don't know. We will know.
I mean, he could still be attracted to her, but I think at the time him just finding out that he has a son. I think he is trying to protect Kanan.
Yeah.
But I was happy to see, like, this episode was a good episode it was a good episode, period, but especially for Omar Epps. I'm an Omar Epps fan. So I was like, OG Omar, he got to go off in this episode.
Well, are we gonna talk about it right now? Because
we don't have to, but I just wanted to.
We can go there while we already talking about it, because he shocked me this episode.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm shocked, but he teeters on the line of doing the right thing as a detective, and we know that he's had some shady dealings, especially making deals with Unique in the past and whatnot. But I didn't see him as a murderous cop, especially to somebody on his force.
Right, exactly.
She pushed that because that was stupid. Like, first of all, when she came up to the hospital and she carried on like that, I was like, listen, if you building a case against him, I think she should have done that quietly, just gathered the evidence and then presented it to the captain and everybody in a way that he wouldn't have been put on. She made a fool of herself at the hospital.
Yeah,
and then when she went to meet him at the end, she had her gun and tape recorder, but I know she and old girl had broken up, but she should have had somebody backing her, like maybe sitting in a cut or whatever,
I think first of all, she didn't think that Detective Howard would be that low, but again, the question is, did he really have to shoot her? And I'll explain why I say that, because she had already ruined her. Well, she ruined her career, and the chief didn't want to hear her. In fact, not only the chief didn't want to hear her, but the commission didn't want to hear her out either. Nobody wanted to hear her and her story. So, and the fact that she lost her girlfriend, I mean, there was a multitude of things that just went
wrong. Let me tell you where she messed up. And Tiffany, you just said it. She laid it all out on the line. She was like, here's what I know about you, and X, Y, and Z, and all. She went down the whole
But she had no proof, which is why she had the
But she shouldn't have even said anything.
No, I agree.
Exactly.
I mean, but the fact that she had no proof, that's why she had the recorder with her, because she knew nobody wanted to hear her. So the only way that she could actually get him is to get him on record saying, yeah, this is, X, Y, and Z. Yeah, this is true.
But
yada, yada.
The fact that she was spot on blows his spot up.
It is.
Well,
go ahead.
I mean, but like Kanan said, Kanan had already said she knows everything. And that's what prompted him, him to, actually think about killing her in the first place. I get it.
Rock gave him the look. Rock gave him when he said that, Rock looked over to him like, you gonna handle that?
Right. and that
she gave him that look.
And that might have spawned him more than anything else.
Yes. Yeah, she gave him the look, because I was like, because to me, she didn't say it, but that look was like, you better handle it before I do.
Yeah.
So I think he said, like, he told her, I could save your job. And I think he was going to try to figure out a way to do it. But when she was trying to press on and stuff and everything, I think it forced his hand. She forced his hand.
Yeah, she did. It was a gruesome killing. I mean, I guess he tried to set it up to look like a suicide. And again, this is another death that kind of makes sense, because she had just lost so much. So the fact that, all that had happened, it seems likely that she could have taken her own life.
And let's be real, he had planned to kill her anyway, because, if he wanted to really meet with her, he could have met her during the day, but he picked, night, in a nice quiet place. So he already had in his
I think
mind
it was a
what he was
plan
going to
B.
do. Oh yeah, it was plan
Oh
B.
yeah, I think it was a plan B. I think he was going to see what she knew.
Right.
He probably wanted to see for sure what she had, and if it could be proved and things. And he wanted to see if she could be talked off the ledge. Like he said, I want to help you save your job, and to see if he could talk his way out of it. But then when she kept, and I know this, and and stuff, he was like, all right, she gotta go.
Right.
She gotta go.
And the fact that she had recorded it and all this stuff, it was like, okay, she really had to go.
She had to go.
Yeah,
but you know what's going to happen?
What do you got in mind? What do you think
I'm telling you, her boo thing, whether they broke up or not, she works for internal affairs.
Mm-hmm.
Watch her pursue Howard. That's
and
my
think
prediction.
about it. Her father's on the scene too. You know,
exactly. And he knows people. And you know, I mean, 1 + 1 does equal 2. And so, you know, it is very strange that she brought those allegations against Detective Howard, and then all of a sudden she winds up dead. And not to mention, if I'm not mistaken, he put the gun in her hand. And forensics would know that when a person shoots themselves, they don't hold the gun. The gun usually drops because you're dead. You're not trying to hold the gun anymore in most cases. So when putting a gun in a person's hand after you shot them to make it look like suicide, it's sometimes not the thing to do. You know, the thing would have been to get her prints on the gun and maybe have it on the side.
That's
of
what
the
I think he was trying to do. I think he was trying to get her prints on the gun.
Yeah,
well, this is what I think.
I don't know.
Remember last season, Burke told the girlfriend, she was like, if something happens to me, it's not going to be what it looks like. So she already planted that seed last season. So, so all that stuff that she's already been telling the girlfriend about her suspicions about Howard, Burke already said it's not going to be what it looked like. And so she's going to be suspicious. And she worked for internal affairs. My prediction is, I think by the end of the season, Howard is going to get caught. I think she's going to find out that Burke is on to something, and either he's going to have to take her out too, or either they're going to she's going to catch him.
Yeah, I can see that happening for sure.
Well, she's a little scary to me, so I don't know. She's a little scary to me. So it you know what? The logical progression would be that, but you know, I just don't know. I just don't know how deep it goes. So, you know, I guess I'll leave it there because I don't know.
Well, some people get a lot of motivation when somebody close to them passes.
It does, yeah. Lover's Point, especially the way that it ended. You know, she the way she cut it off, it didn't really end well and stuff, and it could be guilt there. So she can be going on a vigilante thing, like, oh, okay, this guy, maybe she is right.
Well, I don't want to tell her something too, though. I mean, you know, somebody just took out a cop, and if I get too close, I might be next. So
yeah,
there's 6 in one hand, and 7 in the other.
That's why I think if she does it, she's not going to show her hand like Burke. I think in his face, she's going to play up like she's distraught, this, that, and the other. The case is closed, whatever. But I think behind the scenes, she's going to gather the evidence and to set him up.
But there is the only evidence is what evidence?
Well,
what factual evidence? Well, like what? Give me
I think there's evidence.
Give me a lead. What's the factual evidence that he did that?
The factual evidence is he is Kanan's father. Like, what's it called? Was able to find that out.
But you got to prove it.
She went through the files and found his undercover files and stuff. There is proof that
those files probably
that she was his informant during that time.
If Detective Howard got any brains, those files won't exist anymore because he already knows that they can be used against him.
He can't control that.
Yeah,
he can't control that.
He can. Yeah. Why not? Why can't he get into those files?
I think he has the files.
He does have the files. Why can't he destroy?
He may have the file, but she already let
somebody know. Somebody else. Yeah, the more people that know about it, the worse off he is.
Yeah, she already
let. She is not going to play her hand that close to the fire. I'm trying to tell you, she's not.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think she's going to be undercover, and she's going to investigate him on the low.
Well, here we go.
We'll see.
She gonna let him think it's all good.
Here we go, like we used to have in Power. So you got your thing, I got mine. Let's see.
All right, yeah, and I want you to tell me when I'm right. We're gonna circle back to this conversation.
Yeah. And the other thing with Detective Howard, I'm thinking, since Kanan is so pissed with Rock, like nobody is getting through to him. Not even Jukebox can get through to him right now. I'm thinking since Kanan is so hell-bent against, talking to Rock and being involved in any more of her lies, maybe that brings him closer to Detective Howard. And I don't know, since Howard is really trying to play this, unity role within their little unit, maybe he's the one that gets Kanan to come back around, because right now him and Famous are on the struggle bus for real.
Yeah, I kind of asked Famous if he would have Kanan's back yesterday during the press conference, press call. But and I asked that question for the mere fact that, well, for one thing, as you know, Famous really doesn't want to get back into the game again. He already said that to Kanan, and Kanan looked around and said, "Well, how are you going to pay the rent? I mean, the rent is due." And so that's Famous doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to have any part of that. So yeah, I guess he would do it because Kanan wants him to do it. But that can be problematic too, because if you're either in this game or you're not. This isn't one of those on the fence type things. You're either in it or you're not.
But they also about 5 minutes from being out on the street. So sometimes desperate measures, desperate situations call for desperate measures. Response. We'll see.
I think Rock would pay to, look, Rock right now would probably do anything to win over Kanan.
He would, but he's so mad at her, he's not going to take the money from her.
No.
Not at all.
He was mad at
Famous would.
Yes, Famous took the money to go get the pizza. Exactly. But you heard Kanan was like, no.
But he took it anyway.
Paul said, ain't no more turkey. Give me that money. I'm gonna go get the pizza.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Famous.
Now I have a question for you guys though. Mm-hmm. What did you think about Rock telling Marvin the truth that Detective Howard is Kanan's real father?
He had to at that point because Kanan was like, "You and my father, this, that, and the other." And Marvin was saying, like, "Wait a minute, DEFCON there. What we talking about here?" So he really left him no choice. He backed her into a corner.
Yeah, he was at DEFCON 3, so he had to know. And to not know, because then the other thing too, Marvin was a little pissed off with Kanan when Kanan was mouthing off at moms about helping her with the boxes or whatever, and you saw Marvin step in and say, "Yes, you are going to do it." And then he had to, as he said, he had to revert back to his
breathing exercises.
Yes, I mean that's why I was like, I don't know if that could help or hurt her in the long run, because Rock been pissing everybody off. Lou is upset with her. Yeah. He feels like, how dare you tell me I can't get out of the game and that you own me, but now here you are trying to get out the game. Like, how dare you? And then, all of this stuff, all your ambitious moves last season got his boo killed, Zisa. So it's like, he really has a real vendetta against Rock. And I think y'all were throwing out some early predictions that, Lou is going to break apart from the family. And, I'm just wondering if maybe Marvin starts to see what everybody else around him is seeing about Rock, and having that information about who Kanan's real father is might not backfire.
I think I think Marvin has a softer spot for Rock. It's going to take a little more, but I think back to Lou. Right now. But getting back to Lou, I think he made a big mistake when he told Kanan that she was responsible for having him kill D-Wiz. I didn't. I'm like, really? You want to? I was trying to read Kanan's face, and then, maybe it's he'll forgive him for it, but
Well,
Yeah,
he said you could have said no, Uncle Lou, but then he thought about it and he said, and I
I
could have
could have
too,
said right,
because he realized he was also
Yeah.
manipulated
right,
because
right,
she put him up to killing his own
Yes.
dad.
right,
So
Yes.
right.
so
And that,
that's why you saw later the scene that they were both sharing a bottle.
Mm-hmm. They
You
were
know, they
grieving
both
because, like, their decisions. Rocket has been very influential with both of them, and it doesn't help. Like, all of these people that they were close to got killed. Even when Lou was discussing the whole scrap thing. Marvin tried to justify it, but Lou was like, he didn't deserve that.
no, he didn't
And so
deserve
that guilt sets in because none of those people really deserved it. So it
oh
was,
yeah, but it's just amazing to me how you got all these feelings when you're in the game of killing, mugging. Yeah, I mean, it's this is not a
But
job
he
for the
didn't
faint
want
of
to do
heart.
it
but
anyway.
it's one
No, he
thing to
didn't.
do it on your own,
But like Marvin said, though,
but when you are manipulated into doing something, that's another story.
well, Marvin tried to cover it up by saying, well, if it wasn't that, it might have been something else.
But he was being dishonest. He lied
Yeah,
about,
exactly.
his whereabouts, but that
Right.
didn't justify. That didn't mean he was a snitch.
No, it
Right.
doesn't. But we know, look, hey,
They
okay.
did scrap. She did scrap dirty.
Oh, she
Yeah,
scrapped
she
him.
did.
Yeah, she scrapped him.
I'm
All right.
with Lou on that one. She
You
did
know,
do scrap dirty.
yeah.
But
And
we,
they witness.
but I guess, with what they had at the time, it was a logical choice. So,
Yeah.
so, is it forgivable? I don't know. But I think with what they had at the time, it was a logical choice.
Mm. Am I the only one that's a little surprised that Jukebox and Marvin weren't a little upset with Rock for, Kenya's death? Because Rock, her ambition got innocent people killed. Like her
Kenya came to the house.
Yeah,
like
did.
Rock was not expecting Kenya, and Kenya
Right.
pulled up.
Right.
And Rock didn't know that the Italians. You're right about her ambition, but she ain't know that they were coming on blast like that.
She did.
Exactly. Right. She didn't know.
But it was a consequence of her actions.
Oh, it was.
And it got everybody lit up.
But again, this is what I'm talking about. You're in this game, and anything can happen, and usually does. So, I'm just a little confused how, you want to have all these feelings on one hand, but then, you're gangster on the other. What are you? So if you're a gangster, be a gangster. If not, my point being, choose, make a choice.
You.
And so
I hear you.
Rock wants to make a choice. She wants to get out of the game.
Emotional.
Well, okay. You know what?
I'm just saying.
It's like the kids today.
Are we talking about Lou when we said some people are emotional?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, in general, because in my mind, I was thinking, although Marvin and Jukebox weren't the closest with Kenya, after Rock sat up there and told Jukebox, like, yeah, your mom was coming to make amends, and she was feeling real remorseful about the church stuff and trying to force things on you and whatnot. Like, I would have thought that would have made her be like, dang, so like my mom was coming to apologize to me and make amends, and here she is, she got taken out because of your mess. Like, I thought she would have been a little bit more upset.
Yeah, I think she definitely compartmentalizes her feelings much differently than like Kanan.
And then too, I just think she knows the code of the street. I mean, anything can happen, and
that too, because nobody
expected.
Nobody even knew. Nobody knew she was even coming to the house. She popped up, and then this popped off. And I felt like Marvin. I appreciated how he stepped up. I was like, I thought he should the game ball this episode, because I was like, he was like, well, if you want me to go with you to the funeral, I'll go. And he went without her, and I was like, oh, go ahead, Marvin. And even when the moment when they hugged, because they always had that friction, and it was like he didn't know how to comfort her and stuff. So that was really heartwarming to see. And when at the premiere, when that happened, like everybody laughed and stuff. So it was a moving moment.
Yeah, Marvin definitely did his thing this episode in terms of like stepping up and really being like a father figure, not only jukebox, but when he was trying to, flex some authority over Kanan, telling him, wherever your mom's staying, that's where you're supposed to stay. Yeah. So I was like, I appreciate Marvin's growth.
Right. I mean,
yes.
And I even asked him in the press call, that with all the with all the mess that he has going on internally, how is it going to affect him with his family members? And he said pretty much he has to learn to compartmentalize a lot of stuff, and use his techniques from what he learned in that
in anger management class.
Right,
yeah.
anger management. So and so he said that this is the chore that he's going to have this season. So I'm waiting, on pins and needles, because I know he's going to make me laugh.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Something else that I don't think we were quite surprised by this, but this new flame that has been sparked between Unique and Rock. I think, after Unique saved Rock's life last season, it kind of makes sense. They have a lot of chemistry. Even before he saved her, they had some chemistry brewing. So to see them, really going out there and hooking up, getting it, I was like, okay.
The theater was going off during that scene. The audience really had a strong reaction to that and stuff. Yeah. And famous Antonio Ortiz was narrating too in the theater, so that made it even more hilarious. But
wait until Vanessa finds out what Unique is sneaking around doing. So,
right,
yeah.
Speaking of Vanessa, when the scene in the premiere when before Unique hooked up with Rock, he was in his when he gave Vanessa the kiss, some woman in the theater was like, "Nuh-uh." Like, oh Lord. It was funny hearing the reactions and stuff from the audience and everything. It was really funny.
But Vanessa tickled me. But Vanessa tickled me when she was talking about Ronnie being at the house, and she, what did she say? She said something about, well, I don't want to be a single mother. I don't want to be a single mother. She was talking to Unique, and I'm like, wait, did I miss something? Your boy out here mugging, killing, robbing. You already on tap to be a single mom.
No, listen, but that's because Ronnie is crazy.
Ronnie, I know he's crazy. I mean,
yeah. Look, listen, Ronnie, it gives me Michael Myers vibes.
Yeah.
And I told the actor Grant Coma, we talked to him in the press junket that too. And I also told him something else. And I told him during our interview that I thought he was Breeze. And of course he could not confirm or deny. He can't say anything. Nobody can say anything, but that's my belief. I believe he's Breeze. And I think we're going to find it. That's my prediction.
Well, his introduction into this season definitely shakes things up, because, Unique is kind of like running the streets in Ronnie's place, while Ronnie was locked up. And in Ronnie's eyes, Unique has gone from, being at the top of the food chain to being a corner boy. Like, he's like, you back at square one under Rock. Like, what are you doing? Okay. But Unique seems like he's like more strategic thinking, like saying like there's a rhyme to this reason. Okay. There's a reason for all of this, but Ronnie ain't trying to hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna put one of our spotters on spot right now, because Viewmaster, one of our spotters, says famous is Breeze, and then he tells us to pay attention to that. So Viewmaster, I don't see it. I don't know what.
No, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's not Breeze. Because me and my son talked about this, the clues, and I gave the clues to the actor. One of the things that Ghost said in the OG Power about when he killed Breeze, when he told Tariq, and maybe it was Kanan that told him, he knew where Breeze was going to be because he always watched the same TV show at the same time and stuff. And what did we see with Ronnie? Ronnie is watching the TV and eating the cereal and stuff. Like, he seems really regimented. And I was like, this is Breeze. And when I saw him at the premiere, I told him, and I said it again, I said, off the record, I still think you're Breeze. And I was like, and I know you're not gonna tell me. I said, but I'm not gonna. I think you're Breeze. And he just laughed. And of course, he did not confirm, deny nothing. He wouldn't give up nothing. But I was like, I feel like he Breeze.
Well, we're gonna see, because he definitely has that kind of boogeyman vibe going for him. So we're gonna have to wait and see. But I'm interested to see how he shakes up Rock's world too. I'm sure he's gonna have a lot of influence over Unique and some of his moves. And I'm just wondering if Unique is, I don't know. I think he feels the chemistry, but I think there are ulterior motives there still.
I asked him during the press conference. I mean, the junket. I said to him, I was like, it seems to be chemistry, but I was like, is it real, or are you trying to play Rock? And he said that there was genuine feelings, but he also said that Unique is always thinking and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But he did say that there really is chemistry. It is genuine, and that they both, of course, they're from the South Side, where they're from and stuff. They know, they see each other, for who they are and stuff. So I think he does really like her, but he still is Unique, so you can't turn your back on him.
Well, I asked him as well, and I said, that for the last couple of seasons, you have been arch enemy with Rock and Kanan, and he mentioned, what he said was, yeah, basically that's true, but he says there's a new sheriff in town, basically, and there's someone else that that's going to take that void, or if there's a void that's going to, so he mentioned, and so we knew he was talking about his brother Ronnie. So it's going to be real interesting to see how this plays out, because now we got this, conflict. So if Ronnie,
it's a huge conflict.
I think brother Ronnie is coming back for the throne.
Yes, he
is too.
Oh,
and
definitely.
I read in the description that he is amoral, he's ruthless, like he is. Like they said, the dude you don't want to mess with, even that you don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
So that's what Kanan said in his narrative. So he's that dude you don't want to rock with. And so I think it's going to be an issue that him dealing with Rock. The other thing I think is an issue, and I don't know if she did this, but remember Burke said that Rock was an informant for Howard. And he just got out of jail because of a dirty cop, or whatever. Like, what if Rock informed on him and got him locked up? What if Rock is the reason why he went to the bank? So if she is, then of course he's gonna feel a way about her.
And he know, and that meant he knows it. And this is gonna be one heck of a season. I'm telling you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I can definitely see where things are headed. I think we threw our predictions out there. Do you guys have any other predictions or anything we didn't discuss yet?
Oh, and I don't even know if this is true. These are only my predictions. I ain't seen no scripts, but just based on what I saw, like the conflict with Unique and Ronnie, and I feel like he's so ruthless. I was like, would he take Unique out himself? Like that is something that I think that is possible, especially if he feels like Unique, like say Unique's feelings are deeper for Rock, and if he feels like Unique is not man enough to do what he thinks he needs to do, where he see him as a weakling and remove him. So that's
vice versa.
Vice versa.
Take Ronnie out because Ronnie trying to go at Rock.
Well,
right, but I don't think so, because I'm still thinking he breathes, so he got to hang around. So Ghost
just for a little bit.
That's for a little bit. And so I think he's going to be around. And the other prediction, I think, I feel like Lou is checking out. Sorry, maybe not, but I think Lou is checking out. So I think something might happen with Lou.
I'm gonna get back with Ronnie and Vanessa, because Vanessa is so worried about this man and Unique's not home enough to see what's really going on. And the question in my mind is, will he take her out and cause a rift between he and Unique? So
I can see that.
Yeah, I can definitely see that rift coming, not to mention when he comes after Rock. So yeah, that could really play out. I do think Lou is on his way out. I don't know how many episodes it's going to take, but this is this lion has left the pride, and
yeah, Lou is acting like he's scorned right now, and usually those are the ones that make some kind of stupid mistake and be out of here.
when
I could totally see that happening.
yeah,
And that's why I'm worried for Kanan too, because he's another one that's scorned, but we know Kanan ain't going nowhere. He's gonna get it together at some point, and he's gonna have to come back around to Rock. So
particularly when I think if Lou does, if Lou is taken out, I think that'll wake up Kanan to know that no, I can't be a loner on this. I got to
go back to where it's safe.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially if Rock can reason with him on why she lied to him about his father, because she's right. Like in the lifestyle that they're in, like being a cop's kid is a death. You marked your target. So I think him understanding that it was done for his own protection could add a layer to contextualize the situation for Kanan, and hopefully he can see why she did what she did, even though she lied and manipulated along the way.
He might be able to understand that. He's not going to understand the snitching part, because that's a rule of the streets. And apparently she was snitching and being an informant. So
and I think also to add to that, okay, I can, if I were Kanan, I can understand why you lied to me about that, about Detective Howard being my dad. But when you sent me on a mission to kill my dad, now that I know this was my dad, and you sent me on a mission, a blind mission to kill my dad, that's unforgivable.
Yeah, but I mean, if his life is on the line, or if it's dangerous to be a loner, then I don't see why Kanan would still continue to be, out hanging with Famous, who is no help at all.
Yeah, he's not.
So we'll see what happens. But like you guys said, this season has really set the stage. This episode has set the stage for the season. And I think we got a lot of great stuff in store. I'm definitely excited to see what happens, what kind of things they got in the writing, if we're correct on some of our predictions or not.
Well, let's not forget who gets the hands this week. So
I was about to say, that was my next topic, because you already said that Marvin can get the game ball. So who gets the hands? I think we already know who got the bullet. And I think it was deserved, because sometimes you just got to shut your mouth and move in silence.
Boom.
So Burke, she gets the hands for me.
Well, she got more than that. She got that.
I mean, I'm just saying she definitely got more, but in terms of who can get the hands list, she definitely is on there. Anybody else that y'all want to nominate?
Lou gets the hands to me.
Well, why Lou get the hands?
Because look, I get you. I get how you feel. I know you're upset and everything, but you just go on a bit. You're doing a bit too much. Go about it in another way. But you're trying to influence Kanan. You're trying to influence Marvin. You're doing too much influencing, and Rock she ain't far removed from killing you now.
Well, he's telling the truth, though. It's not like he's lying.
He is telling the truth.
I'm not saying that he's lying, but I'm saying you look, this will get you killed. Shannon knows that. So if you keep running your mouth, it can get you killed too.
Well, he's scorned right now. He's going through all his feelings.
He's still processing, because he's in the moment. Like, because the way the episode started, it picked up right from everything happening.
I get it.
So I think he hasn't had a chance to really process the fact that.
We'll go to the bathroom and get over this moment. I'm trying to tell you.
because that's the final straw. Like, she had him kill D-Wiz, and then he and Marvin were right there. They basically set Scrap up, died, and then to find out that Scrap didn't even deserve to die. And then the chick that he was dating, got caught up in a crossfire and got killed and stuff. So it's a domino effect.
Okay, so you want to be a man at the last minute. So at the last minute, you want to be a man and stand up for yourself. I got it. but do it on your own time, do it on your own basis, but this
I don't
running his
know.
mouth.
I'm not
'Cause
giving
look,
Lou the hand.
I don't think Lou deserved the hands.
well, he
I
don't.
think it's valid.
He's justified in feeling the way he feels.
Yeah, I think his feelings are valid.
Look, whatever he did on his he did because either he felt it should have been done, but he could have stood up against Rock. He could have said no. But he didn't.
And that's what
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah, exactly. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah. Remember, he was always the one that did what she said, though. Because
Exactly.
remember, it was they have switched places.
Yeah,
like
Marvin
was
the screw up.
Marvin was a screw up, and Lou was the one that always did what Rock wanted. Now Lou is on the outside, and Marvin is the one that's holding her down.
But my point is, you decided to be cleanup for Rock. You were the cleanup man. So whatever Rock told you to do, you did. You cleaned up. That was your job. That's what you saw yourself. What? So I'm saying
he's baby brother.
Well, no, I'm saying, well, yeah, but my point is, you did that for your sister. You did that for the fam. Whatever reason you had doing it, you did. So let's not get so lost in the sauce that you have no, that there's no accountability for what you did. This is what you did. She didn't put a gun to your head.
He's accountable. I think you're right. He has to have some accountability, but there was also a lot of manipulation that played on Rock's side. So that's why I'm not like, I get what you're saying, Ron, but I'm also like,
right.
Ooh, Rock is scandalous.
Yeah, she's scandalous.
She's too fine to be
scandalous. And I'm wondering, now, I know you gave Burke the hands for not, she basically bought her death, and I get that. But should Howard get the hands for being a cop and
most definitely. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he told he had already crossed the line on so many other levels, but this is beyond.
Now you're killing your coworkers and stuff. That's
a
little crazy.
And even when we talk about Shannon, and I know we may be going a little over time, but when we talk about Shannon was just trying to do her job. Does she get the hands for trying to do her job? I don't think so. Now, Detective Howard,
I think
she was trying to do her job.
It's not what she did, it's how she did it.
Well,
she was overzealous now. I think she should have done that on the low. She still could have investigated him. But like I said already, how she pulled up to the hospital and made a whole scene, and she blew up the spot. She was a rookie. You can tell she was a rookie.
Exactly. She was real green on that.
Because those are rookie moves. Because if the real detectives, anybody else would have gathered the evidence on the low and then presented Howard up.
Right. And there was even a way to talk to Howard about what he had done. You blowing up Howard in the car talking about, I know you did this and this. There's another way to get that information with Howard. And you could have been a little low key about it. And maybe Howard would have said, I did X, Y, and Z. Yes, Kanan is my son.
He owned up to some of it.
Yeah, he did.
Like, let's say some of it is true. He said, but you still don't have nothing.
He doesn't have, she doesn't have anything concrete.
But she brought up, he was like, it was interesting. She said, I know it was you that had Sam killed. Well, Sam was there.
You said
that was a little bit too much, because now that's a murder we talking about. You pinning a murder on me. It's not just like the DNA of my son is in question. Now you pinning murders on me. You're right. She definitely got the rolling at the mouth a little bit too much. But we are running a little bit over on time. So I think our who can get the hands list, we got that down. We giving it to Burke, and we're also going to give it to Detective Howard. Ron, I guess your honorable mention is Lou. So we'll let you slide on that one, but I don't know if I agree. But
I don't agree with it.
Yeah, we'll see though. We got a lot that we chewed on this episode. So, to all the viewers out there, thank you so much for sticking with us and for watching. Please make sure you drop down in the comment section and give us your thoughts on this first episode of the season. Make sure you also check out the press junket we did with the Raising Kanan cast, and also check out the video we have coming with footage from the premiere. So Like I said earlier in the video, you're not going to want to miss this. You're going to want to subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell so you get alerted as soon as these videos are dropped. Follow us on all social media platforms at The Spot Real Talk. And, you know, continue to support us. We love bringing you this great content, and we're so glad to have another show from the Powerverse to talk about now that, you know, we finished up Force. So Raising Kanan's back. They keep feeding us.
We keep eating.
That's what I wanted to say too about Force, because we had talked about trying to do a roundtable, but time got away. That's what I said. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Time got away from us with the talent and everything. So y'all, those are y'all that were waiting for us to do that Force roundtable. That's what happened. The time got away.
Yeah, and you know the cast and the talent, they're booked and busy too. So,
yeah, that's what I meant.
Really hard to coordinate. Yeah,
booked
so
and busy.
You know, it's okay. There will be more opportunities in the future for all of our loyal spotters out there. So thanks again for all the support. We certainly appreciate it. Please tell your friends and family to also hop on the bandwagon and watch The Spot Real Talk. You guys got anything else before we close? All right. So on that note, we are going to call it a night. Thanks again for watching, and come back next week for a recap of episode 2 of Raising Kanan. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, you get cold in that field, tell them niggas bundle up. But them vultures on your head while you tryna cuddle up. Pillow talking with that broad, but she down to set you up. Yeah, the first one to cross you be the one you say